easy. It was a really easy trip across, even though I had an injured knee, because I injured my knee in Puri, and so I went from the hospital in Calcutta, and the road up to the border is nice, particularly the last 50 kilometres is nice, tree line and really pretty. And then at the border, the Indian side was okay. It was very efficient. Had to x-ray my bags. And then on the Bangladesh side, I was looked after by immigration, got a visa on arrival, and then I had a contact for the customs who knew about the carnet, the passport for the bike. And so
Carnage.
The carnet, the carnet, and it was so good. It was so good, and so I got photos of them, and they were just very helpful. It took a little while because nothing is fast, and I didn't have the correct change, and so it was all good. And then what was lovely was I left the border and it was getting dark, so I needed to get up to Jessore. Is it Jessore? Yeah, Jessore, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was getting dark, and I was stopping to look on my phone for directions, and in the first 10 minutes, 3 people invited me to dinner.
In Bangladesh?
In Bangladesh. It was just so nice, so kind. They said, it's okay, you'll get there, come and have some dinner, it's okay, please join us. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, I need to get to Jessore. I've been travelling all day, it's hot, and it's getting dark, and but they were just so kind. And this is what I find in Bangladesh, everyone is just so kind, it's really nice. So I've been here before, I was here back in February visiting my wife, and then before I was working on the project down in Khulna and the Sundarbans.
Mango forest. Khulna, mango forest.
No, it was a water supply though.
Yeah, Sundarban.
Yeah, so so that was good, and then before that I was up here for work as well back in the 90s. So Dhaka's got bigger, but the traffic is a bit better. It's still not fantastic, but it's not so bad. So it's good. I'm enjoying Dhaka. It's changed so much. So it's really developing well. So very good. Okay, I can start.
Let me tell you. Okay. 3, 2, 1. We are going.
Okay, so I'm Andrew Mclntyre. I'm Australian, and I've been working and living in Asia and the Pacific for almost 40 years. And I semi-retired last year and started travelling around the world on a motorbike. So I actually circumnavigated Australia last year, and then I started this year from Portugal to London on my KTM 890 adventure, and flew the bike from London to Delhi. And I've spent the last 2.5 months, 2.5 months, about 12,000, 13,000 kilometres coming down through India, the west coast, through Rajasthan, right down through Kerala, and then up to Calcutta. And I came into Bangladesh about 2 weeks ago. And I had a small injury, so I've come and been in Dhaka for 2 weeks. Luckily, my partner is working here in Dhaka, so I was able to stay with her at her apartment, so that's been really nice. And it's been really interesting getting back on the bike and navigating the traffic in Dhaka. And because I'm moving on and exploring Bangladesh over the next few weeks, and then heading on up back into northeast India and Nepal. So it was a really good chance to get my bike serviced and checked and get an oil change. And I was introduced to Hafiz and his team here at Vulcan Premium Service at Kawasaki dealer in Dhaka. And I've been to many services around Asia. Like I said, I've been across all of Asia and Pacific, and back in Australia and in Europe and the US as well. And this has got to be one of the best services I've seen. It's just so professional. They know intimately what they need to do to the bikes. This is a KTM. It's not their traditional bike here, and it's also a really big bike, which for Bangladesh is, I think, 4 times the size of the allowed capacity. So, and it didn't phase them. Wrenches. A lot of the mechanics I've had don't even have proper torque wrenches. So everything was done to specification and without any fuss. And I was really impressed by the professionalism. Not just the professionalism, they're so kind and thoughtful, and it was just such a great team. So I really, really enjoyed working with them. I had to hang around and watch, but they had everything taken care of. I didn't have to do anything, so it was wonderful to see. And I'd love to come back, and I'm hoping to come back to Bangladesh in November for about a month and do more. Even I'll have 2 weeks more exploring, it's such a beautiful country, Bangladesh, and the people are so lovely. The food is fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to coming back and exploring more. Even though this is my 4th trip to Bangladesh, I haven't explored nearly as much as I'd like to. So I'll be back, and I'll come and visit the service centre here, hopefully for another service, which would be great. Thank you very much.